So you had to not wait, but you had through the natural process, new leadership to emerge, a new leadership to emerge from the people, from the grassroots, and that is happening. All praise is due to Allah. Let me also say this before we deal with the point at hand. I was negligent today in not mentioning something outside. There was a Zionist Jew who was outside today dressed in white, and he had his face wrapped up like he looked like a Muslim. And then he had a sign, "Death to the infidels, death to the infidels," that type of thing. He was a Zionist Jew. But imagine if a student is walking by and they see this guy dressed up in all his white, and his face is all wrapped up, and he looks like a Muslim, and he's holding a sign, "Death to the infidels." Like death to the infidels, that type of thing. So of course, if you're walking by there, you're gonna say, "Dang, he's a terrorist." You know what I'm saying? Those Muslims, man, my goodness, that kind of thing, right? And one of the things that I think that we should have pointed out is that that's exactly what they do.
What's the big deal?
That's exactly what they do. What I mean is that they do things to make people think that it's Muslims when it's actually them behind the scenes. That's exactly what they do. But that was just on a local level, so on and so forth. But they do that on the national level, international level. They do things like that to make people think that it's Muslims who are saying it, to give the Muslims and Islam a certain name and a certain image, and then, you know what I'm saying, but then it's not really us, it's actually them. So that was a perfect example. And it was a perfect example because now people can see the example. They can see it. They can see a live example of a Zionist Jew masquerading as a Muslim with a sign, "Kill all infidels," right? And now you have like your own example, real life example of how they do us in Palestine, how they did us with the World Trade Center. Both of them. Both of them.
I'm just curious.
1993 and
No, I don't want to argue. I don't want to argue.
and both of them. How they do us to make things appear. And incidentally, the situation of 9/11, real quick, when the women saw these men giving high fives as the buildings were hit, and they were giving high fives and stuff, yeah, right? They were filming it, laughing and partying, having a good time, and she thought that was kind of like strange, so she called the FBI, and the FBI went and arrested them. The information is now out. They were Mossad agents. But check this out. When they were arrested, the FBI and the other groups wanted to do a more thorough investigation. But they found out they were Mossad agents who were checking out the World Trade Center and laughing and, "Yeah, good job," and filming it. Check this out. As they were going through the investigation was brought to a screaming halt, and the Mossad agents were sent back home to the apartheid state. And some of the FBI agents inside the bureau got angry and upset at that. And then let's segue into this now. There are two types of groups who are opposed what is called the Zionist power configuration. One group, and I want to highlight this because we need to deal with this, like exploit this. I don't care if Zionists are here tonight. They won't be able to do anything about this because it's already in motion. There's an anti-empire group who are opposing the Zionists, and there's a pro-empire group that are opposing the Zionists. A pro-empire group. These would be considered like the patriots and so on and so forth, the American patriots, that type of thing, so on and so forth. And these are made up of generals, U.S. generals,
that's fine, dude.
as well as politicians, and as we said, some academics who were upset, resentful, angry at their influence and what they're able to do. Now, some of the things that gets them so angry, one, is that whenever, and this is where the Zionists are, one of the areas where they're making critical mistakes, but they're too arrogant to see it. Whenever the situation comes up about the apartheid state of Israel and the stuff that they're doing, they try to bully people not to talk about it. They get bullied. They get bullied. And that bullying causes people to get angry at them. Like the play with Rachel Corrie, the American woman who was killed over in the apartheid state, run over by a bulldozer. They're going to do a play about Rachel Corrie in New York. And the theater backed down. We're not going to do it because of pressure from the Zionists. See, when they do stuff like that, there are people within the system who resent them. Just like those FBI agents, how can we have to stop the investigation? Just like the generals in the 1973, when the Israelis asked for more supplies from the United States, their war of 1973 or so, and the President Canadians sent for supplies. So I just think it's asking for the same supplies in Vietnam.
I got a bunch of people looking at me. No, you just can't film inside. Yeah, group has requested that there is no filming inside. So you can be in the event, you can watch the event, but in terms of filming,
They're using school grounds, so it's the first one, right? Do you want to talk in front of this person who claims he has the right to watch what's going on, or do you want to talk to us in private? Totally up to you.
I'm sorry, what?
This guy says he's got the right to hear everything that you say. If you don't want him to listen to what you have to say.
That's exactly what you said. I said I had the right to watch. I didn't say what I had the right
Do you want him to watch you?
No, I don't.
Let's go outside.
Sure, no problem.
I can go in public, right? Yes. Okay, we're going to find an office there. Okay.
We'll go to the office downstairs.